Hello, my name is Josh Knox, and I will be presenting my paper on why work at camp, how summer camp employment benefits young adults ages 18 through 25. According to the American Camp Association, the United States has close to 12,000 camps that employ over 1 million staff members and accommodate over 11 million children in both residential and day camp programs. This growing business has seen an increase of 90% in the number of day camps in the last 20 years alone. This growth is largely credited to the positive experience and impact summer camps have on attendees. Parents of the children and adolescents who attend camps say that building confidence, self-esteem, social skills, and making friends are just a few of the reasons why they view camp as a valuable place to send their children for the summer. Research indicates that these outcomes can be attributed to the attendance of summer camp. Garst noted positive impacts on adolescents that attend summer camp shown greater self-esteem, peer relationships, independence, adventure, exploration, leadership, environmental awareness, friendship skills, values and decisions, social comfort, and spirituality. Children and youth development through camp experiences has been researched extensively. However, there is not much to be said on the subject of camp counselors' development through the experience of camp. Camp counselors oversee the child's care while they are at camp. This gives the camp counselor the opportunity to impact the lives of his or her campers and help them gain the vital life skills mentioned. Dahl states that due to their important roles as caretakers, the camp counselor serves as both guides and role models for their campers. Summer camps employ over 1 million staff members every summer. According to the American Camp Association, however, most of the individuals hired are between the age of 18 and 25. This age range has been named the emerging adulthood stage, which refers to individuals that don't refer to themselves as adults quite yet. Though they meet the age requirements to be seen as adults by legal and societal standards, the men and women in the developmental stage are searching for themselves and challenging their beliefs through new experiences. Arnett noted, accepting responsibility for yourself, making independent decisions, and becoming financially independent are referred to as the top criteria for adulthood. However, these are milestones instead of handouts. Arnett talks about this being an ongoing change, not in a single moment, but over time. Men and women in this emerging adulthood phase are beginning to make these life-altering decisions and steps, but have not fully reached the stage known as adulthood. Thus, we will be referring to the stage of life as emerging adulthood for the remainder of this study. It has been shown through many studies and essays that summer camp has a measurable effect on the lives of children, but we will be focusing our eyes on those who make impacts possible, the counselors. We will be discovering how summer camp employment benefits young adults ages 18 through 25. For further understanding of this paper, here are a few definitions for the terms that we'll be using. Camp is a sustained experience which provide a creative, recreational, and educational opportunity in a group living in the outdoors. It utilizes trained leadership and the resources of the natural surrounding to contribute to each camper's mental, physical, social, and spiritual growth. A counselor is defined as a paid or unpaid staff hired, trained, and directly supervised by the camp, who may be seasonal or year-round, full-time or part-time. Over 1.2 million people are employed by camping organizations according to the American Camping Association. They are employed in various positions such as counselors, waterfront, and kitchen staff, as well as other necessary roles to run the elements of camp. Campers leave home to experience a new structure that is designed for youth development. With what? This is monitored and nurtured by the counselors. Camp counselors are given the responsibility as caretakers of the campers. Counselors are the pseudo-parents for the camper during the week. Garst researched the importance of responsible adults as being a major part of the positive process for youth development. No longer held to the standards of their parents, the campers experiencing new culture norms established by model behavior, which is demonstrated by the entire summer staff. Camp counselors are a key part, if not the key part, in the positive development of the campers. But not much research has been done on the impact the camp experience has on the counselor themselves. Some research suggests that these emerging adults experience the very same benefits campers experience while at camp. Apart from the full-time and supporting staff members at camp, counselors do all the heavy lifting through camper supervision, bringing energy to every and all activities, and simply breathing life into camp. Providing excellent training for counselors is important for a camp's continued success in their mission and vision for camp. DeGraff and Glover did a study and interviewed former camp staff members who, for a number of years, had been out of the camping business. They discovered that their camp experience had lasting impressions on their lives. Their camp experience helped shape how they would act as parents, how they choose a job, and how they would behave in everyday life. Emerging adulthood is considered to be the stage individuals go through between the ages 18 and 25. This is also the same age group that comprises a majority of camp counselors. Arnett was not the originator of this idea, however. He developed the idea of emerging adulthood through the work of Erik Erikson's commentary. Erikson said this about the changes in developing young adults. Rapid technology changes make it impossible for any traditional way of being older to become so institutionalized that the younger generation can step right into it or indeed resist it in a revolutionary fashion. Aging, for example, will be, or already is, a quite different experience for those who find themselves occupationally outdated, for those who have somewhat more lasting to offer. Erikson witnessed a change in culture that was altering the physiological development of adolescence to adulthood. Arnett expounded on Erikson's observation to later develop the concept of emerging adulthood. According to Arnett's research, men and women 18 through 25 are considered in the in-between stage of adolescence and young adulthood. This unique stage of development is when the individual is independent and able to explore with the views and beliefs on life. This developmental stage lends itself to the exploration of new experiences such as school, travel, drinking, vocation, sexual practices, as well as many other changes. Biner supported Arnett's findings by asserting that emerging adulthood is influenced by the surrounding culture and demographics. Biner discovered that industrialized nations, such as the United States, England, Germany, and Canada, have a higher percentage of an emerging adulthood population than non fully industrialized nations. The access to education and technology in such abundance influences this behavior and gives rise to this developmental stage. Arnett, Biner, and Schwartz agree that emerging adults differ in their view of themselves in their journey to adulthood. Arnett did, however, find that accepting responsibility for oneself making independent decisions and becoming financially independent were the top 3 criteria one would give if they were to consider themselves an adult. So, in accordance to this discovery, the adverse is true. Emerging adults do not have the character traits and are therefore still in the process of becoming full-fledged adults. Arnett also states that emerging adults like to try unique employment and educational opportunities. Arnett discovered that short-term volunteering is a trend in emerging adulthood, stating emerging adults may also travel to a different part of the country or world on their own for a limited period, often in the context of a limited term work or educational experience. The same goes for summer camps. Summer camps conveniently work with the typical academic schedule that offer new experiences as well as exploration of self in the confines of a short term. According to Arnett, emerging adults are more inclined to pursue work that prepares them for future careers. This concept is played out in the camp counseling position at summer camps. Johnson and the researchers working with him supported this finding, saying the moratorium environment available in the camp bubble seems to be especially well suited for the development tasks of emerging adults. Johnson goes on to say the camp counseling is a perfect in-between job that allows the individual to play like a child and to fill responsibility as an adult because of their caregiving role as a counselor. In summation, the camp environment offers an incubation style setting that allows camp counselors to feel comfortable who are in emerging adulthood. Summer camps have the primary task of ensuring the well-being of campers as well as providing them with an amazing experience. However, counselors have the privilege of being enriched through the experience of camp as well. Johnson and his colleagues conducted a study that showed that counselors recognized and discussed the role that being at camp had played in their individual development. Garst also found that former camp counselors attribute their increased planning, decision-making, communication, and teamwork skills to their employment at summer camps. Skills acquired through experience employed at a summer camp have also been found to exist outside the confines of camp. A study done at 4-H camp in Louisiana indicated that the counselors' newfound abilities and knowledge could be applied in the real world. According to Carter, Coltrick, and Digby, counselors made the advancements in building positive relationships, teamwork, and social skills, adult networks, and social capital thanks to their camp experience. Working at a summer camp helps emerging adults learn beneficial skills such as communication, teamwork, and leadership that prepare them for the workforce as well as help them as they transform into adulthood. Camps are a perfect transitional job that gives emerging adults the opportunity to play, but also take the great responsibility of taking care of campers. Summer camp counselors in the developmental stage of emerging adulthood experience many benefits from their experience working at camps, such as positive self-identity, skill development, provides multifaceted skill development, stimulates career exploration and reflection, and provides opportunity for young adults to be a contributing part of a community. These traits, as well as others developed at camp, are found to be transferable outside the confines of camp. Garst goes on to say that the many former counselors attribute their development in planning, decision-making, communication, and teamwork skills to have direct connotation or connection to their experience at camp. According to Johnson, working at as a camp counselor is an excellent job for individuals in the emerging adulthood phase. Camp acts as the incubator, allowing them to play, but giving them responsibility, thus aiding in their transition into adulthood. At camp, those in the emerging adulthood phase are given the opportunity to grow and discover who they are as individuals. Camp counselors are the lifeblood of any successful camping organization. According to an American Association study, 37 camps out of 78 camps that participated in the survey had 50 to 74% returning staff members. 15 camps had 75 to 100% returners among their staff. These are impressive numbers, but it's an issue that all camping organizations face. How to retain staff is an important matter for many companies. Returning counselors bring with them the wealth of knowledge from past summers and are able to get behind the mission and vision of the camp far greater than a new camp counselor. According to the American Camp Association, however, most camp counselors fall in the age range of 18 through 25. This is known as the emerging adulthood. There are developmental changes and life changes that can influence the decision to work at a summer camp or not. Camping organizations must have an in-depth knowledge of this stage of development in order to best market summer staff positions, to draw in new employees and retain existing employees. There also must be an understanding of the competition for emerging adulthood employers. The defining factors of those in the stage of emerging adulthood are independence and the desire for the exploration of new experiences. Thus, competitive employers are a threat to the potential hiring pool for a camping organization. In response, a camping organization must learn how to sell the camp experience in a way that is appealing to this generation. Thank you.